Hello everyone, welcome back. Welcome to my channel if you're new. I'd like to thank everyone for viewing, liking, sharing, and subscribing. Please don't forget to hit the thumbs up on your way out if you enjoy the video, as it really does help my channel, but it also helps others to see and hear the messages that they're meant to get, okay? It circulates the video. I want to remind you it is a general reading. It's definitely going to resonate completely for some of you, but not all of you. So take what does resonate and leave the rest behind, okay? So this reading is going to be the full moon in Aries. This is all about rebirth, realities, struggles, and forgiveness. And Yasmin Boland says that the first thing to note about this full moon is that it's the first one in the new lunar cycle. And the previous full moon was in Pisces, the last of the 12 signs of the zodiac. So Aries is the first sign and therefore makes this the first new lunar cycle, first moon in the new lunar cycle. So if you want to see what happens in your life when you work with the full moon every month, now's the time to commit. While working with the new moon is fun and amazing, it's working with the full moon and releasing resistance through forgiveness and surrender that truly allows us to consciously create our lives. Why? Because in doing that release work, we become more energetically clear, and when that happens, it's much easier for us to send out our dreams to the universe. So think of yourself like a radio. When you're energetically clear, you're tuned into the right station on the right frequency and broadcasting your intentions clearly. So in other words, what we feel is what we put out to the universe, and what we put out is exactly what comes back to us. So release any and all anger and upset and resentment at the full moon, and you'll feel good. And when you feel good, you manifest and attract and create great things, consciously or not. These are all things to think about at this full moon, which looks like being fiery and perhaps extra emotional. Sorry, I lost my train of thought for a minute. Okay, so obviously we've got the Moonology cards here. And the first one we've got here is the full moon. Surrender to divine. Always. It's always about surrendering. It's always about releasing, letting go. And then the other one we have is full moon in Aries, because this is a full moon in Aries. A fiery climax approaches. Ooh. Some of us could be having tower moments. Ugh. Although some of those tower moments can be good. They can be good surprises, good shocks. Unexpected, right? Okay, so I think that is everything that I need to go over with you here for this. So let's get into doing the zodiac readings. Okay, Cancer, let's get into your full moon in Aries reading. First, I want to let you know that this full moon is in your 10th house, and the 10th house is your house of career. So what that tells you is it's time to invest some emotional energy in your professional life. Now, you might have a work situation that's coming to an end, and that's okay, because something new will come and take its place, okay? But you're being asked through this full moon to not hide away, not, be that couch potato or somebody that's keeping a low profile. You need to step out of the shadows and back into the limelight, so to speak, okay? And it might be tempting to, like I said, be a couch potato and watch movies all day or whatever, but the full moon being in your house of career is telling you that it's time. It's time to invest some emotional energy in your professional life, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to start out with the Queen of the Moon Oracle cards. All the decks are listed below, as well as the link to this video, the extended link. Ooh, jeepers. Okay, come on. So to get to all the decks that I'm using, I've got a list of them down below. You've got to click on the title of the video, okay? That'll drop down the description box, and that's where everything is. Okay, so your first card out is New Moon Beginnings, card number 2, which is all about partnerships and duality. Now that could be romantic partnerships, it could be business partnerships, because this is the moon in your house of career, right? Then you have card 24, which breaks down to a 6. That's all about love. This is the waning crescent 1, protection. So you are protected. Whatever is taking place around you during this full moon, you are protected, okay? Card 3, which is all about your evolution and your growth. Waxing crescent 1, realization. And this is a big one because look at, here you are way down here. Look at how small you are. This is a big, big revelation. Whatever this is for you. And it pulls you out of the darkness and into the light. So it's clarity, it's enlightenment, right? Okay, and then we have card 35, which breaks down to an 8. This is all about abundance, but this is the thunder moon, and it's all about change. And so your abundance is going to change, but it's going to be a shock. Look at this card. It's not coming in smoothly. It's coming in as a shock, but in a good way. This is abundance, right? So we're going to get more cards on it, but that would be a tower moment. But not all tower moments are bad. Some tower moments are a surprise, a pleasant surprise. It's just the unexpected. So expect the unexpected around your abundance, okay? So now let's get timing on these cards for you. Okay. So to put these in order of date, the first card that we need to put up here is the Thunder Moon, because this was July 24th. Now that's too far in the future for it to be in this reading today. And besides, it's the message for you is from July. So there was something already that took place for you in July, around the end of the month, around that full moon in July, that was a shock. It was a surprise. It was something that was unexpected, and it caused a big change in your life. Likely in the area of abundance, either in happiness or finances or love, something. But it would be like a tower moment. Okay? But I don't feel like it was a bad, it might be for some of you. Maybe it was a horrible tower moment, but I don't feel like that's what it was. I feel like it was a good change, a good tower moment. Okay, and then the next in place is the protection. This is the waning crescent 1 moon, and this is October 29th. So this is about a week after the full moon that you'll be protected, or you'll realize you have protection. This, it feels to me like this here around the 29th of October, you're going to realize this was a blessing in disguise. Whatever this was, this change here, that was a blessing in disguise. It's that was your protection. Whatever that was that happened, it was protection. You know how they say, and it might be a relationship, but I'm hearing rejection is God's protection. So that was a blessing in disguise. If it was a tower moment, a harsh or a good one, it was a blessing. Okay, so the next one in line is the new moon, the beginnings, okay? Because the new moon is November 4th. And I want you to take a look at this picture here, this card, the artwork, okay? Because you've got this beautiful daylight scenery going on here, and you've got night where you're at, and you're looking through a portal into the light of day from darkness. Okay, so things get brighter. There's a new beginning, a good new beginning. It's going to be brighter for you than what you've had or where you've been. And you've got the same thing here. Look at, you're on the side of darkness, looking through a keyhole at what looks like, it's not daylight, but it's definitely brighter than where you're at. And this is the realization. There is something that comes in. It's kind of neat the way this is happening, because what I'm getting is that this initiated this. This initiates this. So this new moon and this beginning is initiating this realization moving forward. This change initiated this protection. Now, this could be protection that you're just realizing now took place back here the end of July. You haven't had maybe the aha moment yet, but that's what's coming in. Okay? And that is what's going to help you create a new beginning. So now we're going to get cards from the Luna Somnia deck. Guys, I want to point out, I want to apologize to you. I've had a lot of you commenting on my videos, wondering where are the videos for Cancer? Why have I only been doing Virgo and a couple other ones over the last couple of months? My chronically ill dog, when she crashes, I got to take care of her, because she doesn't just get sick. She comes this close to death every time, okay? It's that serious. So when she crashes, I have got to focus on her. And what happens is she maybe will start to look like she's getting a little bit better. So I think, okay, I can start doing some videos now. And I always start with Virgo, because I'm a Virgo. And that's where I get. That's as far as I get, because she crashes again. And so I upload Virgo, and that's as far as I get. So just so you're aware what's happening, it's not I have anything against Cancer or anybody else. It's just I've had a really tough time with my little girl, okay, my little fur baby. But she's good again, and I've got it on good authority that she's done being sick, okay? Knock on wood. Anyways, thank you for your patience and your understanding. But we're back now. Okay, so getting back to your reading. On the change card and the protection card, you've got the Knight of Pentacles. Slowest moving knight in the deck. You know, this change took place the end of July, but the protection, that's not until October 29th. So you haven't even seen that yet. You're going to know about that about a week after the full moon. So it was a long time coming. That protection, or the knowing why this took place, it's been a long time coming. Months, as a matter of fact. But I want to point out that the Knight of Pentacles, he might be the slowest moving knight in the deck, but he always crosses the finish line. He always gets there. He's the most responsible and reliable one, okay? If that helps you. So on top of protection and beginnings, you have the Five of Cups. So the Five of Cups, as you probably already know, it's about regrets from the past. I feel though like, I don't know, for some of you, it feels like the protection was only there for that time being, because it wasn't the right timing. Whatever this is for you, that wasn't the right timing. So you were protected. Blessing in disguise, right? Something was stopped, or whatever it was for you. And it was because of protection. It wasn't the right timing. For others of you, you're still hanging on to something that needs to be let go of from the past. And it's because maybe you didn't have closure, but come the full moon, you're going to understand why it happened. You're going to get your closure. And that's going to allow you to move into this new beginning come the new moon, the beginning of November. Because the Five of Cups, although it represents having regrets or feeling regretful about something from the past, there's usually 3 cups tipped over and 2 still standing. This is the 2, it's not depicted that way in this deck, but the 2 cups that usually are left standing, that's your new beginning. Okay? Now for some of you, it could be with an existing person. It could be with the person you were protected from back here because it wasn't the right timing. For others of you, it's somebody new because you realize with this protection information that comes in that you need to let go of that. You have your closure and now you can move forward into the new beginning. So on the beginnings card and the realization, yeah, you have the Ace of Swords. This is truth. You get the truth. You get the clarity. You get the gift of knowing what this was all about and why it took place. This is the universe gifting you with the information that you require. Okay? Bottom of the deck, 5 of Swords. You've got the 5 of Cups and the 5 of Swords. This is self-sabotage. This is somebody who will fight for what they want and they will go after for what they want at all cost. And 9 out of 10 times with that attitude, what happens is we alienate ourselves from the people we love because of the way we go after it. So if this is you, Cancer, be careful. I feel like this is what took place back here. It has something to do with back here. It's different for all of you, but it feels to me like someone overstepped back here. And it might not be you, it might be somebody else. But somebody overstepped. Somebody was really going for something here. And not in the right way. And that was your protection. I think it might be somebody else that was doing that. Or you did it, but you did it because you were guided to do it. And it was so that it wouldn't take place because it was God's way or Spirit's way of protecting you from that situation because it wasn't right for you or it wasn't right for you at that time. Okay. Now we're going to get some Gaia Oracle cards. I'm loving your reading, Cancer. I really am. This is so... I feel like you should be very grateful for whatever this was that took place up here. It basically saved you from... I don't want to make it sound dramatic, but what I'm hearing is it saved you from a worse fate. Whatever this was, saved you from something worse. Protected you from something worse. Okay, so on top of the Knight of Pentacles and the 5 of Cups, you've got card 40, which breaks down to a 4. This is all about commitment, union, reunion. It's your basis. It's your foundation. Yin, yang, creating harmony through balance. Yeah. This was not balanced, to say the least. Whatever this was, it does not feel balanced. Or, I don't want to say safe, because your life wasn't in danger. I don't think your life or your health or anything like that was in danger. Your emotional well-being maybe was in danger, but it feels to me more like, like an emotional imbalance. But what took place created more harmony through balance. And it might not have seemed like it back then, but you will come to realize that, okay, with the realization. 5 of Cups and the Ace of Swords. You have card 44. Another 4. You got 444 in this row right here. That is an Ascended Master's number. It does not break down, okay? And that's one of the higher ones because it's 11, 22, 33, 44. Ocean of eternal love, healing, creativity, and fertility. When this truth comes in, you're going to realize that it was an ocean of love coming at you. It was to help you heal. It was to help you move past whatever was going on there. I think you need to thank your lucky stars that that took place, because it feels to me like that was headed for disaster, whatever that was. Okay, now we're going to get an Island Time Wellness card. I don't think I've ever had this card, and I've had this deck for so long. Cassette, outdated thinking, conditioning, replaying events over in your head. I would think that that is exactly what you're going to do once you get to this. I'm surprised the realization card doesn't come first. Because, I mean, they're pretty close, though, when you think about it, because the realization is November 5th and the new moon is November 4th. So we probably could switch them up, because energy is energy, and it could be that you have the realization first and then you move forward into the new beginning, right? Because energy is never an exact date. So I feel like you're going to have the realization of what kind of protection this was over here, and that's going to allow you to move forward into the new beginning. And you will be replaying it over and over again in your head, because you're not going to believe it. I feel like you're going to get this realization and be going, are you kidding me? Oh my God. And you're just going to keep rethinking it and thinking, oh my God, that is what it was. It makes so much sense now. That's what's going to be taking place there. This is the coolest reading I think I've done in a long time. I'm loving your messages here. Okay, so now we're going to get Just Ask Oracle card. Ooh, is that it? Now we're going to get another one. You get 2 of these this time. So if you've had a question for Spirit and you want it answered, and it's a question that has a yes or no answer to it, you've been asking it for a while, this is your answer. Yes. And not a good idea right now. Whatever this is for you. Now this sits on top of cassette just like Yes does. I think what this is about is you're going to, because this is on top of cassette, right? And that's about replaying events over in your head. But it could be outdated thinking. Okay? So you're going to realize back here was not a good idea right then. That is in answer to why this didn't take place. And I had that feeling earlier when I first laid out that row, that it was about timing. It just wasn't the right time, whatever that was. It could be business, it could be a job, it could be your career, it could be a love relationship, it could be a business partnership. We don't really have anything here that stipulates any specifics. So it's going to be totally different for all of you. Okay, now we're going to get a Synchronicity Oracle card. Astral travel with your twin. Pay attention to your dreams at this point in time, Cancer, because you are astral traveling with your twin. And that will happen while you're asleep. So it's likely, if you're dreaming of your twin, it's likely not a dream. It's likely that the two of you came together. You actually came together and did some traveling. So now we have something that stipulates this is probably about a romantic relationship. So that means we're going to get a Whispers of Love card. Card 18 breaks down to a 9. That's all about tying up loose ends and getting yourself ready and in line with an ending so you can have a new beginning. Embrace your emotions. Allow your feelings to surface and be accepted. I feel like you're going to be taken back to some emotions from the end of July or thereabouts. And they need to be worked through at this point in time. And that's what Spirit is asking you to do. Embrace those emotions. Allow them to surface and accept them. And you'll be able to move through them quicker that way. Okay, now we're going to get a Soul's Journey card for you. Grief. I understand that losing something is an opportunity to appreciate it. So, this could be what that was back there. You may be, like I said, it could have been a relationship that came to an end or that never came to a beginning because it wasn't the right time. But it could be a relationship that made it to a certain point and then ended because it wasn't the right time for it to go further. Whatever it is for you, it created grief. And you got to let that go. You got to work through it as quickly as you can and let it go because it'll just keep pulling you under. But remember that you're going to have a realization here and it's going to allow you to let go and move toward that new beginning. I want to ask your guides and Spirit what it is that you can do, be, think, and or feel to move through this and get past it so that you can have that new beginning, likely with your twin. We're going to do that in the extended. The link is below in the description box. Click on the title to get there. Those of you that are going over, I'll see you over there. Those of you that are not, I love you guys, and I will see you next time.